Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. That's right. Happy birthday, Broken Empire. What's up, guys? That's right. Today we're celebrating the Prince of Thorns' birthday. It was published back in August 2nd of 2011, so today it turns 9. They grow up fast, don't they? 9 is actually quite a significant age for this book to turn, considering it's the same age our main character has his life turned upside down, and where he's set upon the path of finishing the game. Now, even after 9 years, this book still finds ways to incite controversy. But I'm not here to start no shit. I'm just here to celebrate. And so maybe we should just get into why I'd be celebrating this birthday. So for as long as I can remember, I've been fascinating with stories. Like, they've kept me very entertained throughout my lifetime. But I want to say, quite a while back, probably almost 20 years ago, I remember really getting into stories, more so film. But I started to not just watch these movies, I would dissect them and try to find meaning, sometimes where there was none, but still, I would try. Well, one thing led to another, and I started to see something that I was just like, man, all these stories, all these movies, whatever, all these tales, they all end in a happy ending, or with, the protagonist overcoming their obstacle. It's just time over time over time over time. It's just the same thing over and over again. And I know that it's funny because people complain about tropes all the time being played out, but you don't really hear too many people complaining about the happy ending or the protagonist, overcoming. So I had a weird, thought that, man, wouldn't it be interesting if we finally got a perspective from the bad guy, or if maybe just for whatever reason the bad guy wins at the end of the story. Now, I knew that this probably wouldn't be something that everybody was into, but it definitely sounded like something that I would like to watch or read. So then, fast forward, I've got Prince of Thorns in my hands, and now Prince of Thorns is not exactly, a story from the bad guy's perspective or where the protagonist doesn't overcome, but it definitely scratched that certain itch that I had felt from back in the day. The book is just so well done. Mark Lawrence's writing is extremely visceral. It puts you in a front row seat to the unredeemable. The main character, Jorg, he's a young, broken, and damaged man who is cold and calculated, and he commands respect. He doesn't necessarily make it easy on the reader. He's ruthless. The world that the book takes place in, the Broken Empire, is nasty. It's horrible. It's bleak. It's just not exactly where you want to be living. Also, the characters. It's not just Jorg you're going to have to worry about. Everybody that lives in this Broken Empire is a nasty son of a bitch, and you better watch your back. Now, I've only just given you a couple things here, and you can already tell this is not like those other stories. It doesn't sound like we're going to have a happy ending, huh? Well, this is one of those reasons why I just loved this book. One of the most fascinating things in the book to me that I feel like almost gets lost or overshadowed a little bit, especially right out the gate, is Jorg's age. It's really easy to kind of forget about it because of how ruthless he is. Like I said, he's cold and calculating, and he's smart, so he acts older than he is. And in the beginning of the book, when Jorg and the Road Brothers are actually, they're up to quite a bit of nastiness, it's really easy to just focus on that and not remember that this is a 13-year-old boy doing this. And so I just want you to take a minute, especially if you're an adult, take a minute. Imagine a 13-year-old boy telling you what to do. Just go ahead for a sec. Yeah, right? No fucking way. So that's what I'm saying. That is what blew me away. I was reading this, and I know a lot of people were focusing on that one thing, but for me, it was like, what the hell? What the hell did this little kid do to earn these guys' respect? What the hell happened to this young man to make him turn out this way? What the hell is going on? So, needless to say, it created a fascination. You know, kind of like the ones that people have with serial killers. Man, I love this book. It's probably still my favorite book, still to this day. I don't go around trying to say it's the best book ever written. It's just, that's not my style, and I don't think that. But for me, this book, what it did was it changed the course of my reading life. I didn't have to just settle for that happy ending or that like cheerful protagonist overcoming. Now I had some brutal shit that I could dive into and digest just the way I want to. Before I go though, I want to unwrap my gift. And I know I said didn't come here to start no shit, but there's a comparison out there that I would just love to destroy if at all possible. I've seen time and time again where people compare Jorg to Joffrey from Game of Thrones. And this comparison makes me sick because it sucks. It's a shitty comparison and it shouldn't be made. Yes, they're both young. Yes, they're both princes. And yes, they're both ruthless. But that's kind of where it ends, man. I'll tell you this. Look, Joffrey was young and he was entitled and spoiled. He became a king, yeah, but it was really just freaking given to him. And he was manipulated by damn near his entire family. Everybody just kind of had their way with him mentally, you know. Not a very intelligent kid. Jorg, on the other hand, yes, a ruthless prince, but also, like I said before, cold and calculating. He is no slouch. This guy has a brain in his head. He's very witty, and he's often going to outsmart you. He's also not going to be manipulated by anyone. He's the one that's going to tell you what to do. He's very much in control. And if that doesn't do anything for you, let me say it like this. Joffrey was a king. Jorg was an emperor. Bam! That's right. Enough said. Thanks for coming and celebrating the birthday with us, guys. Big old thumbs up to Mark Lawrence. Thanks for creating something that still to this day brings me an infinite amount of joy to my black heart. Thank you, sir.